Have you ever stopped to think about how we see our planet? As a vast, diverse landscape, or maybe a bustling network of cities? But what if you could see it all at once? A tiny blue marble suspended in the blackness of space. In 1968, a photograph captured that very image, forever changing how we view our home. The astronaut who took it, William Anders, has recently passed away, but his legacy, the Earthrise photo, lives on. William Anders, the renowned Apollo 8 astronaut known for capturing the iconic Earthrise photo depicting Earth as a shadowed blue marble from space in 1968, tragically lost his life on Friday. He was piloting the plane alone when it crashed into the waters off the San Juan Islands in Washington state. He was 90 years old. A lifelong dream takes flight. William Anders wasn't your typical astronaut. Sure, he had the steely nerves and the thirst for adventure, but beneath his stoic exterior burned a curiosity as vast as the cosmos itself. As a child, his gaze wasn't glued to cartoons, but to the star-dusted tapestry unveiled each night. He'd devour books and constellations, dreaming of the day he'd pierce the veil of the atmosphere and touch the unknown. That yearning propelled him towards the Air Force, where the roar of jet engines became a symphony of ambition. He excelled in his training, his mind a sponge soaking up knowledge of aerodynamics and celestial mechanics. But it was the nascent space program that truly ignited his spirit. The promise of leaving his footprint on the lunar surface, of becoming one of the chosen few to venture beyond the familiar, was an irresistible call. The road to Apollo 8, however, was paved with rigorous training. Hours bled into days as Anders and his crewmates pushed themselves into the limit. They endured grueling simulations, their bodies contorted in cramped capsules, minds wrestling with complex procedures. The camaraderie grew stronger with each shared challenge, forging a bond that would be tested in the crucible of space. Finally, the day arrived. The thunderous roar of the Saturn V rocket shook the launch pad, a mechanical symphony propelling them skyward. As the Earth receded, shrinking into a marble against the inky blackness, a wave of awe washed over Anders. He was no longer just William Anders, the boy who dreamt of the stars. He was an astronaut, a pioneer on the cusp of a historic journey. The mission itself was a gamble. Apollo 8 was designed to test systems, not make history. Yet, fate had other plans. As they hurtled towards the moon, a new kind of anticipation crackled in the cramped cabin. They were hurtling towards an alien world, the first humans to witness its cratered surface firsthand. Little did they know, they were about to witness something even more profound, a sight that would forever alter humanity's perspective on their place in the universe. A breathtaking photo and a shift in perspective. Their spacecraft, Apollo 8, was a cocoon hurtling towards the lunar surface. Days bled into nights, marked only by the sterile hum of machinery and the breathtaking panorama unfolding outside their window. The desolate moonscape, ravaged by eons of meteor strikes, was a stark contrast to the vibrant blue biosphere they'd left behind. Suddenly, an alert blared, jolting the crew back to their mission. They were approaching the far side of the moon, a region unseen from Earth. Tension hung heavy in the air as they braced for the unknown. Then, with a breathtaking silence, they emerged from the lunar shadow. And there it was, Earth, a small, vibrant sphere suspended in the inky blackness. Sunlight bathed its surface, highlighting swirling clouds in the stark contrast between continents and oceans. Anders, ever the photographer, scrambled for his camera. But there was a problem. They only had black and white film readily available. "There's gotta be color film somewhere," he exclaimed, his voice laced with urgency. The mission commander, Frank Borman, remained calm. "Hold on, Bill," he said, his eyes glued to the breathtaking spectacle. After a frantic search, they unearthed a lone magazine of color film tucked away in a contingency kit. Heart-pounding, Anders loaded the film and snapped a series of photographs. Each click captured the fragile beauty of their home planet, a tiny oasis against the vast emptiness of space. They weren't just capturing an image, they were capturing a moment in human history. A moment that would forever change the way we saw ourselves and our place in the universe. As they continued their lunar orbit, the Earth remained a constant companion, a silent reminder of the life they'd left behind. But it was no longer just a distant memory. It was a responsibility, a precious blue marble they'd had a newfound appreciation for. Little did they know, the photograph Anders had taken wasn't just a scientific record. It was a spark that would ignite a global movement. A legacy of inspiration. The grainy image flickered across television screens around the world, a stark, beautiful vision of Earth, a tiny blue marble suspended in the vast emptiness of space. It wasn't a painting by some celestial artist, nor a scene from science fiction. This was our home, captured by human hands from a vantage point no one had ever experienced before. The impact was immediate and profound. The Earthrise photo, as it came to be known, resonated with a deep human emotion, a sense of awe and vulnerability. Suddenly, the vastness of space wasn't just a concept, it was a tangible reality. We were no longer the center of the universe, but a fragile speck clinging to a life-sustaining rock. Environmentalists who had been struggling to raise awareness about the dawning threat of pollution and resource depletion seized upon the image. The Earthrise photo became a powerful symbol, a stark reminder of the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. It fueled a burgeoning environmental movement, inspiring a generation to take action and protect our precious home. College campuses became hotbeds of activism. Students organized protests against polluters, demanding cleaner air and water. Conservation efforts gained momentum, with citizens rallying to protect endangered species and pristine wilderness areas. The Earthrise photo became a rallying cry, a visual representation of the stakes involved. The impact transcended borders and cultures. The image transcended language, speaking a universal language of shared responsibility. International cooperation on environmental issues began to take root, with nations coming together to address problems like climate change and ozone depletion. Of course, the road to a sustainable future is long and arduous, but the Earthrise photo served as a powerful catalyst, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of our planet. It continues to inspire artists, activists, and scientists alike, a testament to the enduring power of a single image to change the course of history. Remembering William Anders. At approximately 11:40 a.m., San Juan County Sheriff Eric Peter reported that an older model plane crashed into the water and sank near the north end of Jones Island. Greg Anders confirmed to King TV that his father's body was recovered Friday afternoon. The Beech A-45 airplane was occupied solely by the pilot at the time of the incident, as stated by the Federal Aviation Administration. The National Transportation Safety Board and FAA are conducting an investigation into the crash. The news of William Anders passing cast a long shadow. The world mourned a pioneer, a man who had literally helped us see our place in the universe from a new perspective. Tributes poured in from across the globe, each one a testament to the lasting impact of his life and career. For his family, the loss was deeply personal. They remembered a kind and adventurous spirit, a man who carried his childhood wonder into adulthood. But amidst their grief, there was also a profound sense of pride. William Anders wasn't just their father, their husband. He was a symbol of human achievement, a man who dared to reach for the stars, and in doing so, brought us all a little closer together. The legacy of William Anders extends far beyond the iconic photograph. But perhaps his most enduring legacy is the environmental movement he inadvertently helped spark. The Earthrise photo, a product of his quick thinking and a fortunate roll of color film, became a rallying cry for a generation. It continues to serve as a stark reminder of our responsibility to protect the only home we have. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. Thanks for watching.